Hey, guess what happens when you try and develop 3 Roblox games at once, huh? The answer is you fucking die. Isn't it fucking obvious? Roblox Studio is without a doubt one of the easiest programs to code with. With its simplified Lua programming language, even the toddler in the age of half a year can make a decent Roblox game. So, despite the extremely fast learning curve of Roblox Studio, why are there still games like this? Or like this? Or even the worst of all, like this? The answer is it was a lie. I have deceived you. The learning curve of Roblox Studio is actually as steep as, well, if you try to reach the top of Mount Everest from sea level in 2 steps. Just kidding. Games like this exist because of one very simple reason. Remember about the even a toddler can make a decent game thing I told you about? Well, it is true if the toddler was non human and didn't need sleep. Being a game developer, not only that of Roblox, is time consuming and determination consuming. People make these games because it's easy and quick. And hey, they even get plenty of attention. It's working. Their methods are working. Why? Sadly, Roblox is littered with 3-year-old kids who can literally have anything for entertainment, even these kind of garbage. Of course, not generalizing Roblox variety here. There are some good games that are fun for all demographics, but the amount of good games are heavily weighed down by the mountainous amounts of press button and get money or go around and collect stuff, I guess. So it is every aspiring good game developer's dream to ignore the cheap profits that these games could potentially make and actually make a good playable game despite the lack of attention. And with this comes a generation of tired the fuck out Roblox developers that actually wants to make Roblox a better place. I might be one of them. Except I still suck at what I do.
But creative, why don't you just make one of those cheap games? Not only does it take little to no effort, you might actually start making Robux.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you actually think that I, the man that spent his entire life being a perfectionist, would make one of these shitholes?
But the problem is, they are actually making money.
They scam little kids with their shitty in-game ads. Their gameplay has no depth at all. So please, before you choose your next words, think very carefully.
Why do you care, man? Your initial goal is to earn Robux, and there is a perfectly good way to do so. So why don't you just do it then?
Those were the wrong words.
Wait, what are you?
Anyway, this video was meant to be a showcase anyway, so let's continue. So like I said, I have 3 games I'm mainly working on. The one that, to be fair, the most developed is Odd Classes. This is sort of like a RPG, open world role game that I'm trying very hard to make. Except, well, open world maps are very hard to make indeed, so I am only working on the mechanics for now. What's so special about this game I'm making is the part where I say it's an RPG, but it has no actual class type from the standard RPG. Hence the name. No shit, Sherlock. Yup, that's right, that's the only distinction that this RPG game has. There's absolutely nothing else. Instead of the normal, perfectly functional class types like fighter or mage, or tanks. I've used some pretty unordinary ideas that might as well have come out of a person who smokes and drinks crack. Now to the mechanics showcase, starting with the different classes we have. We have retarded telekinetic ninja, which can control a levitating part, kinda creepy dude that separates himself and can suck other people's, health. Strong dude, needs to be nerfed. Fast boy, yellow Sonic wannabe. Crystal virus guy that has sentient crystals. Potentially a world-ending class that starts off as an ass smeller. Edgy shadow dude. Typical bomb hoarder.
Wait a minute, but I thought you said there would be no standard RPG characters. There's bots in normal RPGs too. Why would you lie to us?
I really don't give a shit. Tech support. Yup. He might scam you. Power Ranger. Try hard. Except there's no standalone color. And Necromancer. If you feel like you've just got a heroin overdose from the list that I have just read, don't worry, I myself have no fucking idea what I've created either. So you like scary games? Do you perhaps like the excitement of witnessing the supernatural or disturbing instances of fantasy? Perhaps you have heard of the back rooms and its entities, phasmophobia, or even the scary slender hangouts I mentioned just now. If you do, you should check out my second mainly developing game, I.P.O.R, or in short, IPOR. Just remove the fucking full stops, you idiot. IPOR tries its best to mimic the back rooms, and with different levels too. Each level has a unique scary enemy. There are currently 6 entities because the logo of the game could only fit that specific amount. We have the pretenders who come in groups and hide among the hundreds of statues dispersed across the map. The listener who can listen very fucking well, obviously taken inspiration from A Quiet Place. The inducer, which immediately knows your location if you have enough fear, which you get by normal sources like the dark or creepy paintings and hallucinations. And before you say some shit like, but I'm not scared of any of those things, so why would my character be? Number one, okay, Chad, you a fucking real brave one, aren't you? And number two, why are you even playing a horror game in the first place? To get bored out of your mind? I don't think so. The bluffers, they lie. Actually, I haven't really thought this one out yet. They just bluff for now, but I never really considered what would happen from them lying, so yikes. The illusion. Don't look at it, or you get sent to his very, very bad friend in the dream world. The mayor, which probably has the most advanced coding you have ever seen. Basically, if he sees you, he goes to you and he kills you. I know, pretty fucking complicated, am I right? The maps are especially different for each levels. Pretenders has an outdoors grassy plain, Listener has a maze, Inducer has an office-like building, and the Bluffers I haven't thought of, Illusion I haven't thought of, and Mirror I haven't thought of. I really prepared for this, haven't I? However, they all follow a same cheap set of rules to ensure there is spookiness. Put the fog all the way up so the players can't see shit, and jump scare ear raid. And lastly, make them really fast during chase, so when players see them approaching, it looks something like this. Dude, I think I see something in the distance, mate.
What for?
Don't know. But it seems to be getting closer. That's kind of concerning.
I don't think we should worry about it. Nothing has happened for the past 5 minutes. Everything's fine.
Alright, Beast. Whatever you say, I guess everything's fine then. And boom! A horror game! Okay, next. The last game I'm currently working on simultaneously with the others is Necromancy. I'm not really proud of this one considering that it's a borderline simulator game. And like I said, I have no respect for simulator games. Well, except some that's really well made, but can't say anything about those. Why is this like a simulator game? Well, there's a very obvious factor when coming to identifying a simulator game. It has extreme repetition in its gameplay. Sure, all games technically have repetition, but simulator games have a way shorter loop cycle. That's why when making a simulator game, you try your best to make a longer loop cycle of gameplay, so the player doesn't run out of interesting things to discover. Short loop cycles mainly consist of collecting stuff, buying pets, and collecting more stuff with the pets, which is way too less action and doesn't actually bring any fun to a sane player. I'm saying sane because, well, children think that this is fine. So I guess, yeah. That's why variation is very, very important. Anyways, now to what necromancy is about. Basically, you go through a portal to collect souls, then you use the souls to raise your very own zombies, which for the meantime can fight other zombies or wow zombies. You can also buy armor. Yeah, it's basically an army game if the soldiers were zombies. This was clearly taken inspiration from the Clone Tycoon 2, an actually interesting tycoon back in the days. And no, before you say anything, yes, I admit this is suspiciously similar to the infamous zombie tycoon, but instead of standard tycoon procedures, you have other kinds of weird shit. I'm going to make a lot of features when making the game. I'm even considering adding bosses for your zombies to fight, so the gameplay isn't stale and centered around one single objective, which is to raise zombies and get money and buy better zombies. And that is my entire showcase or devlog, whatever you call it. If you enjoyed the video, well, you already know what I mean by that, so do it if you know what I'm saying. I wrote an entire script for this video, and I'm bad at writing scripts, so please give me a break. Alright, see you in another 69,000 years. I'm going to hibernate again. Goodbye.